Hello everyone, my name is Chris Maycumber and I'm here to talk to you about Who Knows, the first smart knowledge network. Now all morning we've been hearing about some of your great assets, your networks, your servers, and how to improve and optimize those. I'm here to talk about your most strategic asset, your people. So every CEO, every exec has always said their people are their most important asset. Yet, and these people bring a wealth of expertise, knowledge, relationships that can dramatically accelerate your business, but they're actually the least understood and least accessible asset within the company. You can't find the person you need when you need it to help you do your job. And this is dramatically impacting your business today. Your sales, marketing, biz dev folks are trying to get business, and who can introduce me to this person? Who can give me an answer to this customer's question, and so I can close this deal and get moving on to the next one. For your internal folks, your engineering, IT, R&D, somebody's worked on this before. Who can help me with this problem? I know people have done this before. I want to get going and get my project shipped and out to market. And probably you in the audience have your own anecdotes of where you've desperately tried to find someone to help you out, and maybe serendipity, maybe luck, you found that person. More often than not, you probably just plodded on and did your own job. So why? So all this expertise, all this knowledge is currently locked away. So we know from studies that less than 20% of people actually contribute to the corporate brain. They're updating their profiles so they can be found, documenting what they know, and which means 80% of your knowledge is locked away. You actually can't get access to it. And why? Well, most of the tools today put the burden on the employee. You're the one who has to go in and manually update everything. You're the one who has to document everything that you know so it can be shared with the company. And most importantly, you're the one who has to change how you work. And you probably like how you work. You like the tools that you use. You've figured them out. So Who Knows is asking the question, what if? What if you could achieve that dream of actually tapping into 100% of who knows what and who knows who inside your organization? So I'm going to tell you how we do it. So we consider ourselves the first smart knowledge network, and I consider ourselves smart because we do two unique things that no one else does. First, we have a patented machine learning platform that will automatically build the network for you. We'll go out there and look at how you normally do your job. We'll derive and recommend what you've been working on, expertise, knowledge, relationships, and then we'll make recommendations for you to choose whether you'd like to publish them to your profile. And what we've seen is by doing all the grunt work for you and actually bragging about all the stuff that you've done, we've achieved over a 90% publication rate and accuracy of what we can recommend and publish. And most importantly, I want to dwell on this a little bit, is we have a very employee-centric privacy policy. So the employee is always in control over what they publish, how they choose to promote themselves within the company, and that has allowed us to win over the hearts and minds of people, because we want you to look good. We want to do the grunt work for you, but you choose how you want to look. So once we build up these incredibly rich graph of relationships and expertise, we don't stop there. We want to, again, avoid forcing you to change how you work. So we can contextually recommend the colleague with the best answer, the best relationship, regardless of where you're searching on the web. I could be looking for help on Google, and I could recommend people there. I could be researching prospects in Salesforce. I could be doing an internal search on your SharePoint or your intranet. Doesn't matter. We're agnostic and ubiquitous. So we're there when you need us, and we're there when we're invisible when you don't, and therefore you don't have to change how you work. So we like to think of ourselves as a private LinkedIn just for your organization, but way better. We're smarter, we're more automated, we're more contextual, and we're private. So let me show it to you. All right, so we'll start on Google, because let's face it, as good as our intranets are and as much as we like them, we more often are likely to go to Google for help than we are our internal systems. So let's say I'm starting a project on MapReduce. So right here and there, I can do a search, and I can see all my blue links, and yes, I could go wade through all those on my own, but I could also see all these colleagues down here that have expertise and have worked on MapReduce. And right at this point of need, I can click on one of these examples and say, hey, Simon, I see you've worked on this. Can you help me out? So we often joke, we like to say we're the LinkedIn for our investors, but in reality, we're closer to an eHarmony for enterprise, because we're really trying to matchmake you to that special someone to help you out. So right here and there, I can just send them a message and make that connection. Find that special someone that can help you out without waiting for weeks. So then we do have our own internal, our dedicated search as well, where I could do filtering based off title, location. We can map people out, a more methodical, dedicated search to help you get going. And then we also like to embed. So this is some of the expertise that we can derive. We have a lexicon of over 6 million terms that we can derive expertise on. So very broad, very deep, much of the long tail. But we don't want to give you another profile. This is a SharePoint online profile. We'd prefer to supercharge the ones you have today. And then lastly, we can give incredible insight to the executives, HR, leadership on the supply and demand of knowledge. So who knows what within the organization at a company level, but also who's looking for what, and who needs to know what, and how effective are we at bridging that knowledge gap, if you will, to connect those two people. So if we could go back to the slides. Great. So as I mentioned, we want to enhance, we don't want to replace your existing collaboration platform. We want to make it better. Today, less than 5% of people fill out their profiles in most companies. We have over a 95% participation rate in some of these rich profiles. We'll take your average skill from 3 to 10x that, over 35, and that can even grow to greater over time as we continue to learn and update your profiles. And then lastly, we have a ridiculous engagement rate because we're contextual. We don't need you to change how you work. So for most systems that are less than 25% to over 85%. So I'd like you to join the revolution. We've had the pleasure of already deploying Who Knows networks to some of the leading Fortune 500 multinational privacy-centric companies, and they are reaping the benefits of being able to break down silos, geographies, departments. And we'd love you to come see us at Demo Table 4 and vote for us in a few minutes. Thank you.